Now let's come to my most asked question in this topic, and that is, why did you choose Perm State Medical University? Over here, it's a rule that if a student is studying or doing work in a cafe, even if they've not bought anything, you can sit in the cafe and study for as long as you want. Hi guys, how are all of you? So I've been a little bit busy. As you know, I'm in 6th year, so I've been having exams and really hard classes, so that's why I was not able to make a video for you guys. But a lot of you have asked me so many questions, and one of the most popular questions is about my university, that is Perm State Medical University. And although I have covered a little bit about it in my video, which is linked over here, you guys still have so many doubts, and yes, I will cover it in depth in this video, so stay tuned. So one of your most asked questions is about my university. Which university am I in? So let's dive in without wasting any time. A little brief introduction for all of you guys to know a little bit about the university, the history of it. So Perm State Medical University is one of the oldest university in Russia. It was founded in the year of 1916, and it's located in the city of Perm, and in fact the entire region is called Perm Krai. As I've mentioned in my previous video too, you need to research about whether your university is recognized by NMC or WHO. So let me tell you about this university. It is a recognized university listed in the WHO directory and recognized by many medical councils like NMC India, PMDC Pakistan, and others, making it a solid option for international students. Now this is one of my most asked questions in this topic, and that is, why did you choose Perm State Medical University? Guys, so as I've already told you, I had many options to choose from. Of course, in a particular budget you have around at least 2 to 3 universities to choose from, and I chose Perm State Medical University in particular because I'm not going to lie, there's of course nothing very special over here, but yes, for me the most special factor was that I had a known senior who was studying over here, who is actually my family friend. I never met that senior, like I never met that guy in India. It was actually my aunt's co-worker's son. So there's no direct relation, and yes, I got to know about this university and about how legit it is through him. Matter of fact, he actually had gotten scammed by an agency before, which means that he initially was not in Perm State Medical University, he was in another university. I don't know the exact story, but that's why it was more important for me to not come here and do my own research. In fact, just do it from India and be sure when you're coming here. So that's why I directly chose this university. Many people try to save money and go to other universities in the start, and then once they realize that the things are not matching to what was said to them in India by their agencies, they transfer, and it takes, as I've said, so much of money and time and everything. So yeah, I directly came here without any second thoughts after I got to know that this person also studies in Russia in this particular university. So when I was applying, of course, I looked at factors like budget and academics and how recognized is it, how many Indians study in the university, and the amount of clinical exposure, the reputation of the university. Yes, it's a very good, very decent university. It has everything. This university promotes co-curricular activities also so much. Like recently I took part in an Olympiad, and there's a whole like event organized in Perm. It's called Permathon, and in that there are so many events. If you are interested in any co-curricular activities, you can suggest it to our dean, who in fact is an Indian doctor, and he will literally listen to you, and you will have all the facilities that you need over here, and all opportunities will be provided to you over here. And when it comes to the admission process and how I came here, guys, I actually took admission through an agency, and although I'm not going to be promoting any agencies on my channel, I can just tell you one thing. If you already have an agency in mind and you trust them, go with them. But if you're confused and you want to prevent any sort of scams, and in fact you are comfortable to come here through a student, then I would suggest that you can come through a student if you know anybody, or if you don't know anyone and you think that you can trust me, then I would be more than happy to assist you to get admission into my university. Since I'm a student here, of course I will directly get your admission, and it will be mutually beneficial for both of us. If you want admission over here through me, you can contact me on Instagram and we can proceed with everything, and I promise you it will be cheaper than the agencies. So yeah. Also, the most important factor that I was about to forget is that, guys, I just want to again appreciate you for actually being so active and searching on YouTube about MBBS in Russia, about particular universities, because I understand that you might even sometimes think that am I wasting my time by doing this much research. You are not wasting your time. You are not alone. When I was about to come here, I was also doing so much of research, although itne resources nahi the tab. Basically, there weren't these many resources at the time when I was researching and when I was about to come here in my first year. So good job. Now let's talk about campus and facilities. Guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. There's no particular campus, like a gated campus. All over the city there are so many hospitals, and depending on the subject that we have, that specialty hospital calls us. They have classrooms in the hospital, and the teachers are in fact doctors of those hospitals. So it's not a big problem, but it's not very convenient as it would be if you have one campus, because the address is never constant for your classes. There's never one address where you have to go for all subjects, and the city is very well connected by buses and trams and everything, so it's very easy to reach from one place to another. You will realize everything, you figure everything out once you're over here. There are labs. There's a proper anatomy building with a cadaver, with a scientific museum. There are simulation centers for us to practice on robots. So yeah, it's not fake news. These things do exist in our university, and in fact our teachers do take us there. There are libraries in the city that are, some of them are joined with our university and some of them are just public libraries, but they're totally free of cost and they're very peaceful and beautiful. So you can try studying over there as well. And guys, there is such an interesting rule in Russia. It makes me really excited because it's one of my favorite things over here is to study in cafes. And you can study in any cafe over here for as long as you want. If you want, you can buy coffee. If you don't want to buy anything also, they will never stop you from sitting over there. Over here, it's a rule that if a student is studying or doing work in a cafe, even if they've not bought anything, you can sit in the cafe and study for as long as you want. So this is my favorite rule over here, and this is my favorite like etiquette over here. And of course, I take good advantage of it. It's my favorite thing ever to study in cafes. So I would just say that if you are coming here, be prepared for the most aesthetic study sessions ever. I post reels so you can check it out. Like, I'm studying in cafes so often, and if you want to see like my daily life, how often I go to cafes to study, you can follow me on Snapchat. I also post stories over there, so it'll be really helpful for you. Academics and teaching. So medium of instruction, of course, it is English for all of the 6 years, which is a big perk for this university, and they teach us Russian until our 4th year. And now I think the rule has changed. They teach it only for a bit less time. The duration of teaching Russian has decreased, but it's still fine. It doesn't make a difference.
Diet Coke.
The professors, the teachers are mostly very nice, very sweet. They know English, they're very cooperative, and they know that we are foreign students, so they treat us pretty kindly as well. I would say most of them are pretty lenient as well, because they know this factor. They know that we are foreign students, and especially in winters it's hard for us to come to classes, so they even give us online classes sometimes during that time. And when it comes to exams, guys, at the end of most of the subjects we have final exams, and they're conducted mostly as vivas. So I would suggest you guys don't take your studies lightly just because you are over here. Many seniors will say that you can take your studies lightly, but it's not true. You have to study hard from your first year, and at least study very well for all your final exams and get good marks in it. Make yourself and your parents proud. I would say that. Just one disclaimer for you guys: be prepared for the cold, the winter. Research about this. It's very cold over here in the winter, but it's manageable, and I managed it, so you can too. I used to hate the winter even in Bangalore. Like, it's not even cold in Bangalore, and I still used to hate winter. So if I can manage, so can you. Challenges and tips. Okay, of course it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The language barrier can be tough initially. Adjusting to the Russian education system and to the culture can be hard, and of course sometimes you will also miss home. There are ways to cope with this, and honestly the best advice for you is that time will heal every single thing and teach you all the lessons that you need to learn. There's no big enough challenge for you to not come here, I would say. And if you want to really get this degree, if you want to really be a doctor, and you want to be a good one in fact, there's nothing stopping you over here. One of my tips would be to feel more comfortable in this country. Learn basic Russian early, manage your time wisely, and connect with seniors. They've been through the same things, so they can really help you. I would say for the most part, it is a good decision, and now that I'm going to leave here, I actually feel really sad because this country is like my second home, and especially the city. It's not perfect, of course, but if you're willing to work hard and adapt, you will do really well here. So if you're someone who's looking for affordable and quality medical education abroad, you can consider this university 100%. I recommend it. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. I will answer them, or maybe I will make another Q&A video for you guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.